Scribd Audio presents The Miracle of St. Lazarus by Uva De Aragón. Read for you by Farrugia. To Maria Duquesne for inspiring me. Chapter 1. Day 1, Monday, November 2nd, 2015. When she arrived at police headquarters, Maria immediately noticed that something strange was in the air. She had a sixth sense about these things. Even though everything seemed normal, a thick cloud hung over her colleagues who were glued to their monitors. The hellos were scarce. She knew she wasn't mistaken. Any fresh meat? For years, she hadn't had any other choice but to adapt to the police jargon. At first, it made her sick to her stomach to refer to a homicide victim, a person who had just died, as fresh meat, but after so many years, it had become perfectly natural. The only response she got was a few negative shakes from some heads. What will be, she thought. Indeed, it didn't take long. As soon as she put up her purse, and even before she had sat down at her desk, she heard, "Mariita, my office, now." It was the thundering voice of her boss. He had been her father's subordinate for years, and she had known him since she was a little girl. It had always annoyed her when he called her by the diminutive Mariita, typically reserved for relatives and childhood friends, and not the more formal Maria, if nothing else to maintain the appearance of a professional relationship, which in fact they had despite the sentimental ties. The chief seemed upset. That became clear when she noticed the evidence that he had stuffed himself with meat pies from the corner bakery, disregarding his persistent efforts not to put on weight and to keep himself fit. "Have a seat, young lady." The familial tone put her on her guard. This one wants a favor, she thought. Look, I'm sorry for what I'm about to ask, but I don't have anyone else to turn to. Captain Rhys has presented us with a list of unsolved cases in Miami-Dade County that they want to reopen for some reason or another. Rather than reassigning them to the original detectives, he wants other people to work on them so they can offer a fresh perspective. For the moment, he's given us 2 cases. I don't know if there's a link between them. I've put all the files they brought us in the conference room. I want you to be in charge. Choose whoever you want to help you, and once you see what's involved, let me know what else you're going to need. You know our budget's tight, but I want us to solve this as quickly as possible. 6 foot tall and very fair-skinned, with red hair, with an occasional touch of gray, and eyes as blue as beads, Lawrence Kepler was an American who had gone native, as they say. Not only did he speak Spanish perfectly and loved eating Cuban food and playing dominoes, but he even talked with his hands like Cubans. And he spoke so passionately about the Castros that one would think they had confiscated 10 factories from him, or executed his best friends.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?